Look at AB in this situation. It's a little bit more of a serious note. And I got to say, one of the most talented players in the league, RC.
Yeah.
But yet this happens, and it just makes people say, what's going on with this guy? What was your reaction to this incident?
Antonio Brown is one of the greatest wide receivers that's ever played football. The numbers say it. The film says it. But his fall from grace, I think, is one of the greatest tragedies in this modern era of football. When you look at a guy that was in some ways empowered to be who he was, that was some way enabled to be who he was, and never had an opportunity to fix some of the things that were wrong with him, some of the things that could be trauma from his upbringing, some of the things that he has learned to be. And so now you have this situation where he's been forgiven over and over again because he has elite talent and he had one elite competitive trait. That on Sundays, when the lights were on, there was no one that played harder. There was no one it mattered more to. And for whatever reason that was, he always showed up. He stopped showing up to Pittsburgh. They shipped him out. He didn't want to show up to Las Vegas. They shipped it to New England. It seemed that Tom Brady was able to make Antonio Brown be a person that he wasn't normally. And then now yesterday, we see him stop competing. We saw him quit on football. We saw him quit on his teammates. We saw him for the first time, at least I believe, quit on himself. Now he is a wholly inconsistent human. Nobody wants those type of people in their locker rooms. And no matter what Tom Brady's ever done for him or felt about him, no matter what Mike Tomlin's ever done for him or felt about him, when AB gives up on self, this is the Antonio Brown you get. It's a tragedy that he leaves his team that way, and it's a tragedy because we'll never see this amazing talent play football again in the NFL.
That's good word.
Yeah, that's it. And such strong comments from you, RC, and being a former teammate of his. I mean, and then you see the hurt in Tom Brady.
Yeah,
because he invested in him 2 seasons. He went to bat for this young man. But a guy I mean, this guy doesn't care about anybody other than himself.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he let himself down this time.
Yep.
As a football fan, we are robbed of seeing this young man's talent. And that's what we're going to miss. But this guy needs to get his life in order, and hopefully that's what happens. And when Tom Brady is saying what he's saying, Antonio Brown's going to find out who his real friends are, because nobody else is going to be around. Nobody wants to be around him. Yeah. But hopefully he realizes deep in himself that I need to get help and go get it.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what was going on with him on the field, but I do want to mention this. I don't want to make it all about money, but at the point when he left the field, and remember, we still have 1 game left, 8 catches, 55 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's all he had to get $1 million in bonuses. And that is now off the table. Yeah. So what are the ramifications for this Bucs team, a team that was hoping to repeat this year?
It's devastating.
Yep, it's big.
This is a team that has to go on the road again like it did last year. They got to go through Lambeau, and now they've lost 2 of their best 3 receivers in the last 3 weeks. This offense was built around one of the best offensive line in football, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and those 3 receivers. And we all talked about you can't match up against them. And now 66% of that unit is gone. And I think the challenge now becomes to Byron Leftwich, their offensive coordinator, how he transitions to rebuilding the foundation of this offense, to how they're going to attack teams. And I think it's got to be their 3 tight ends. You know, when you've got Rob Gronkowski, Cam Brayton, O.J. Howard, you still can be dynamic, explosive, and efficient on offense. But it has to happen quick. This change has got to be. Now, the Raiders have done this with their 3 tight end package. The Ravens used to do it with their 3 tight end package. So I think that the Colts do it. There's ways to do it, but they got to transition quickly. But to think that this is not going to have any impact, we're kidding ourselves. We all felt when Chris Godwin went out, AB can step in, they're going to be okay.
Exactly.
And the Bucs right now are a giant question mark. Not only because of the injuries. What's Mike Evans' health going to be with his hamstring? When does Leonard Fournette come back? How healthy is he going to be? When does Levante David come back? But now we don't know who they're going to be on offense. We don't know who they're going to be. And it's a huge challenge to change everything on a Super Bowl run on the road.
We still know who they do have, Rex, which is Tom Brady, who just seems to get it done with whatever weapons he has.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've seen Tom Brady do it with a lot less. And that's the thing. Is Tom Brady the same quarterback he was 20 years ago, 15 years ago? No. He's still pretty darn good. And I'm not betting against him. As soon as you doubt Tom Brady, you can forget it, man. He's going to beat you, and he'll find a way. And you know what? Just get out of your way, everybody else. Put it in Tom Brady's hands. He'll fix that offense. All right, they're down 13 points when Antonio Brown walked out the field.
Yeah.
They scored 2 touchdowns to come back. This team's not going to quit. They're not going to roll over. They're going to do just the opposite. So to me, I still believe in Tampa Bay for one reason. Tom Brady's their quarterback.
Wow.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.